And everyone, I've got another Nordic die. This one is holly this time. I've got them set out this time on one of my sticky mats. This one is from Simon Says Stamp. I haven't tried colouring on this before. I've used this one mainly in my Misty. This is the size that fits in my Misty, but I thought we'd just have a go, see how we get on. 3 greens, 2 reds, and I thought really that this set of dies from Craft Addiction UK was actually perfect for pairing with the Nordic dies, because look, it's just kind of nice, isn't it? So what I thought I'd do today was make a smaller card. This is about a 5-inch square card, so that I would have sufficient left over at the side when I cut my card out to cut the square from. So I managed to find the space for this on something else. I think it was a card I'd forgotten to put a number on, and I had to print something twice, so I could use a vacant bit of that. Anyway, I'm going to colour these, so let's have a go. 3 shades of green, as I said. I didn't know whether to do this sort of a woody sort of colour. Maybe, have I got a sort of a greeny sort of browny, one of these kind of things up here somewhere? Y7? Y250? Y7? That's Y7. Yeah, that might kind of go, mightn't it? Because it's not quite green and it's not quite brown. So I'll try that one. Okay, well, let's use it now while I'm got it in my hand. It's called a yellow, and it's neither green nor brown, is it really? Okay. Quite a nice colour, that one. I really love it when I manage to use colours that I haven't picked out from my set previously. So I think we're going to do, I'm not sure if any of this will show. I'll just colour these in the darkest colour, I think. And how do these fit? That will be the darkest over there, won't it? Let's do with the top ones with the darkest shade, because these will be underneath with just that tip showing, I think. I liked how it worked out on the other leaves I did. Okay, well, they stayed still, didn't they? Didn't have to put my finger in those. The next colour, which will be these ones. Oh, nearly went on and did the berries for a moment then. Oh, I'll tell you the colours. This deepest one is G300, then it's G240, and this is G220. I'm wondering if those are a bit yellow for the colour of these, actually. We'll see. I've got a different pair today. I've got R7 and R2. R2 is just a lovely, lovely, bright, bright red. Oh, they stay still, don't they? I think that one's upside down, actually. And I think that one's upside down. Is that one? No, that's okay. I think the others are okay. Right. I don't know whether this is going to yellow. or pink. Go pink, shall I say? We'll see. I think it is going a bit. Might have to use bleed-proof white on that. Yeah, it's going pink. Even if I'd let it dry completely, I think it still would have turned somewhat. Right, now we'll just join them together. Let's put a bit of glue on the base ones here. I don't know why I coloured them really. I suppose you could just leave them as is if you wanted to, without actually putting any additional layers on. But for today's purpose, I'm just going to add the layers. Okay, now the next bit. Need a bit more glue on that one. Oops. Nearly put it on the upside down. These go together really, really quickly. See, the white has just practically disappeared completely now, hasn't it? I will get some bleed-proof white on that, and it's just a highlight mark that I'm after, but wasn't very successful just then, so pop these on next. This one's not quite in the right place. That's better. Last one. Nice. Right. Now, I thought I would have this gold. Let me just get some bleed-proof white for this. Now I need a really, really small paintbrush for this. This one is a 0. Very small. I think it needs just a drop of water. Okay. Just leave those to dry. I thought I'd have gold on the side of this, so I just need to go far enough in so that, okay, I think I'll just do about there. Done. I'm thinking I may well put a little drop of crystal glaze on top of those as well. So let's just look and see how this is going to fit together. That's going to go on there. I could, of course, have just cut this from gold mirror card, but I was just using up this sort of stuff. So that will fit on there like that. Let's glue this down. I think I'm going to put twinkle on those and crystal glaze on those. Right. It's not very twinkly. Okay. Join these together. Okay, that's going to go onto there. This is going to go onto there like that. Let's stick this on. This is actually really, really quick card for something that I think is going to look kind of rather nice. Okay, now where are these going to go? That'll do nicely. Let's just stick those down. Now this is my Nouveau Crystal Glaze, and I actually prefer this to glossy accents. So I'm just going to put a tiny, might have to just make the hole open again, as I haven't used this for quite a long time. Okay. Right. Have to leave that now just to set. But I will look for a sentiment, or whether this sticky mat would become permanently stained with the alcohol pens, and I think it is. I've tried with a little alcohol, but there are certain colours which I think must have indelible pigments within them, and despite using the alcohol, it's really not coming off. So if you don't want to stain permanently your sticky mat, don't use it with alcohol markers. Personally, I don't mind, as long as it doesn't, you know, stop the property of the tackiness, the stickiness of it. I'm not worried. I'm not worried about that. The look of it is neither here nor there. I can still see the grid lines through from the other side. So just a warning, if you don't want it to become stained, don't use it for colouring with alcohol markers. So this is it's getting there. The bottom berries are practically set. The top ones, the crystal glaze, is still very much liquid, so I'm going to have to leave it for a while. I found a little sentiment that says jolly. I don't know what it's from or where it's from. It might have been one of those ones, eat, drink and be merry, or be jolly, or I don't know. I've got no idea. It was in my Christmas sentiment box, so I just thought I'd put it on. Jolly Holly, there we go. So I hope you like it. These dies are so quick to put together, and they make a really attractive finished product, I think. Very stylised, but quite a lot of fun. So I hope you enjoyed it, and have given a thumbs up, and are subscribed, and will come back and see me really, really soon.